This is Republic and you're watching This is Exclusive with me, Shavan Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 days ago, we said that Pune police had botched up the entire investigation. Today, they have admitted that the blood sample were actually thrown in the dustbin. So who exactly was driving the car? First, there was a driver narrative that was being spun, and now the blood sample has been thrown into the dustbin, which effectively means that the Pune police does not know where exactly is the blood sample. Secondly, they've completely botched up the entire investigation because before the court, they would be unable to say that the VVIP Brat was under the influence of alcohol. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we'll also tell you when the Pune Police Commissioner had first said that, look here, there was no pizza party that took place at Yerwada Police Station. Tonight, we'll get you that very witness who says that he was present at the Yerwada Police Station when the pizza was delivered. All this and much more on this edition of This is Exclusive. But up first, these are the headlines we are tracking at this hour. 8 days after Arnab questioned blood sample cover-up, 2 doctors arrested for manipulating blood reports.
सैंपल किसी और व्यक्ति का था, मतलब कि ये सैंपल रिप्लेस किया गया है, ऐसी बात कल फॉरेंसिक रिपोर्ट प्राप्त होने के बाद समझ में आई।
Republic exposes forces top cop to admit blood cover-up. Blood sample was replaced to shield super rich super Brat. NCP legislators' role now becomes clear. Documents show that NCP legislator recommended arrested doctor. All 3 accused arrested in the blood sample manipulation case have been sent to police custody till 30th of May. Republic accesses exclusive CCTV footage of Rajkot fire tragedy, which could have been averted. Gujarat High Court takes suo motu cognizance, calls Rajkot tragedy murder, not negligence. The details in the Pune Porsche murder case will make your blood boil. This evening, we take you through the turn of events, with the most important ones being the arrest of 2 chief doctors. In fact, Republic TV has also accessed exclusive CCTV footage. First, let me take you through. There was a narrative that the VVIP Brat was not inside the car. Then there was another narrative that the VVIP Brat was not on the wheels. Republic TV has accessed the CCTV footage of 18th of May, 5:32 in the evening. The VVIP Brat can be seen walking out of the Porsche. The second aspect is with regards to how the Pune police gave a twist and said that no VVIP treatment was actually given to the Brat. But the reality is completely different. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we get you the very person who was sitting adjacent to the investigating officer's cabin, and this is what he had to say to my colleague Satya Prakash. First, take a look at all the developments, and then we take you through the breaking news coming in.
The ultimate proof is out now. On 18th May, around 5:52 p.m., the VVIP Brat was seen getting out of his luxury car. He steps out from the driver's side, and this is hours before he entered the pub with his friends. Driving plot to 2 blood samples, Republic has put the spotlight on attempts that have been made by the VVIP Brat's family to fix the system. It is now official that Pune police botched the probe. 2 doctors and a staffer from Pune Sasod General Hospital have been arrested for manipulating blood samples in the Pune Porsche case involving the killer Brat. For the family of Ashwini, these developments do not come across as a surprise.
शुरू से ही इस केस को और अपने अग्रवाल जी अपने बेटे को बचाने के लिए पहले वो ड्राइवर और फिर अब ये डॉक्टर साहब, जबकि ये तो पहले हो जाना चाहिए जब 24 घंटे 48 घंटे इतने घंटे के अंदर ब्लड की रिपोर्ट आ जानी चाहिए.
Republic's exclusive expose brought to light the extent of the cover-up in the Pune Porsche case. 2 senior forensic experts are now facing serious charges under sections 120B and 201 of the IPC for their involvement in destroying the evidence. The scandal unraveled further when a DNA test report indicated discrepancies between the collected samples and the test results, contradicting earlier claims. This pivotal discovery led to the immediate booking and arrest of the implicated doctors, highlighting a systematic failure and an attempt to clean chit the juvenile offender. Adding to the controversy, a witness has come forward confirming a pizza and a burger party during the investigation. Despite seeing food being brought in, the witness reported no response from the cops when questioned about it, raising further concerns about integrity of the investigative process.
Why are you blood test में दे blood test?
डीसीपी साहब को हमने निवेदन दिया कि बाबा ये घटने में जो जो है उन पर सख्त सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए. तो ये सब निवेदन बाहर आने के बाद तो हमें दिखा एक जो पुलिस वाला था उसने एक पिज़्ज़ा का बॉक्स लेके आया अंदर. तो हमने पूछा ये किसके लिए, तो उन्होंने उनका रिएक्शन आया ही नहीं. हाँ, मैं बोला पिज़्ज़ा किसके लिए,
आपके सामने ले
से गया था मेरे.
और जो आरोपी था वो कहाँ था?
वो बाजू के केबिन में था.
Following a series of revelations and scrutiny, including pointed questions by Republic's editor-in-chief Arnab Goswami about the delay in blood sampling tests, the cover-up bids at multiple levels have been exposed.
See, first sample was collected at one hospital, the second sample was collected at the second
After how much
hospital.
time?
The DNA.
After how much time, sir? After how much time, sir?
Let me complete.
Sir, answer my question, sir. After how much time, sir?
Today, 2 engineers also inspected the Porsche car and spoke to Republic and said that there were no technical glitches in the luxury car.
So a team of a Porsche company has in fact arrived out here at the Yerwada police station, and a proper photography is being done under the supervision of Pune police, and it is being checked that whether there was any kind of mechanical fault in this very vehicle. Remember, this is the vehicle, this is the lavish Porsche car, in fact which was in fact involved in the crime, and this is the car which had hit Anish, Avadhya and Ashwini.
The arrest of these 3 people highlights the gravity of the ongoing efforts to rectify justice in this high-profile case.
Well, leading this botched-up investigation is Pune Police Commissioner Amitesh Kumar. And when asked about who exactly will take responsibility now with the blood samples that have been thrown into the dustbin, it has been completely fixed. Look how Amitesh Kumar runs away from the question, not for the first time. On Saturday too, when Republic asked him this question as to where exactly is the blood report, he had no answer. Today, we are asking who takes the responsibility for blood samples being thrown in the dustbin.
I said we are totally committed to take.
Police officers
Thank you, please.
on whose present the blood tests were taken, were they not responsible? Will you take action against them?
It is
police
totally
responsible
repeated.
for it?
Absolutely not. And whoever will be responsible shall be proceeded.
Are you verifying the
I
CCTV
can-
footage of Susta hospital?
Yeah, we have already taken it into custody.
And what about the
Please.
suspended API officers?
Yeah, come, please.
Were they only responsible for not informing to wireless?
I said we are totally committed to
those
take
police officers
Thank you, please.
on whose presence the blood test was taken, were they not responsible? Will you take action against them?
it is
police
totally
responsible
repeated.
for it?
Absolutely not. And whoever will be responsible shall be proceeded.
Are you verifying the CCTV
I can-
footage of Sassoon Hospital?
Yeah, we have already taken it into custody.
And what about the suspended API officers?
Please.
Were they only responsible for not informing to wireless?
The blood report, sir, first you said 3.5 hours, then you said 11 hours.
I am not giving any one-to-one at the moment. I have given a detailed press conference.
Sir, but there was,
You should have carried a detailed press
we
conference.
did that,
Questions
sir,
were
but there
welcome
were
there.
some
Please,
very
I'm sorry.
important questions of your conversation with our editor-in-chief as well. You said 3.5
madam,
hours, then you said 11 hours, sir, there's no clarity. We still don't know how many people were inside of the car.
See, I have already answered everything in the press conference. You are most welcome there.
So we were there in the press conference, but you're not answered how many people at the end of the day.
Now, there is another question that remains unanswered for a very long time, and that is whether at all the VVIP Brat was given special treatment inside the Yerwada police station. When this question was asked to the Pune Police Commissioner, he said there was no evidence to suggest that pizza and burger were being served to the VVIP Brat. Tonight on This is Exclusive, we get you a witness, someone who was present at the police station. He happens to be from the Eknath Shinde camp. The Shiva Sena leader was very much present around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He had gone to meet the DCP of the police station only to put across an application that a strong case should be built. And in fact, he's also given the information that there was a verbal spat that the VVIP Brat had inside the pub. He's written that letter, and when he was delivering that letter, he saw that pizza and burgers were being delivered. Now, that's a claim that has been made. Listen in to what the party president of the Eknath Shinde camp had to say.
सबसे पहली बात, जब हमें पता चला कल्याणी नगर में रात 3 बजे ये दुर्घटना हुई, तो सुबह सुबह जैसे हमें पता चला, हम सब शिवसेना वडगाव शिरी के, हम एकनाथ शिंदे साहब के ग्रुप म्हणजे मुख्यमंत्री के इसमें हम है पदाधिकारी है। तो जैसे हमको घटना की मालूम गिरी, तो हम लोग हमारे वडगाव शिरी के शिवसेना के सब पदाधिकारी एक पत्र निवेदन पत्र बनाए कि यह घटना में जो जो दोषी है, जो उन पर सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए, किसी को बख्शा नहीं जाए, क्योंकि दो जने की मौत हुई इसमें। खुद येरोडा के डीसीपी से हम मिलके, डीसीपी साहब मौजूद थे वहाँ पर, डीसीपी साहब को हमने निवेदन दिया कि बाबा ये घटने में जो है उन पर सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए। तो ये सब निवेदन बाहर आने के बाद तो हमें दिखा एक जो पुलिस वाला था, उसने एक पिज़्ज़ा का बॉक्स लेके आया अंदर। तो हमने पूछा ये किसके लिए, तो उन्होंने उनका रिएक्शन आया ही नहीं। हाँ, मैं बोला पिज़्ज़ा किसके लिए।
तो आपके सामने
से गया था मेरे,
और जो आरोपी था वो कहाँ था?
वो बाजू के केबिन में था।
तो उस केबिन में लेके जा रहे थे
वो जब पुलिस वाले तो पिज़्ज़ा लेके किसके लेके जाएगी पिज़्ज़ा, फिर पुलिस वाले थोड़ी खाएंगे पिज़्ज़ा का, बाद में कचरा भी साफ करके जा रहे थे वो। हाँ,
ये कितने बजे
ये हम गए थे दोपहर में 1 बजे, 1 और 3 बजे के इसमें ये, क्योंकि वहाँ हम मौजूद थे। ये जो घटना घड़ी, जो हम निवेदन देंगे, अगर सीसीटीवी अगर खुले दिल से पुलिस ने चेक किया तो सब इसमें सब आ जाएगा, मालूम गिर जाएगा।
Let me also bring in my colleague Priyanka, who's spoken to a few eyewitnesses earlier in the day. Priyanka, you've got more information with regards to what really happened, who was present. Walk us through the details that you picked up from the eyewitness. Some of them aren't willing to come on camera because of the current situation, but if you can just walk us through the details that you have picked up.
Well, that's right, Shravan. Several of the eyewitnesses, in fact, they are not willing to come forward and speak on camera. And that's another question to be asked to the Pune police as well. But they are, in fact, however, how much ever they have been able to speak to us, they have spoken to us about how they had spotted this 17-year-old accused getting out from the driver's side of the Porsche on the fateful night of intervening night of 18th and 19th. Not just that, they have also spoken about how there were only 4 people who had been inside of the car, and that there had been no driver who had been present at the scene of the accident. So these are some very important details that the eyewitnesses are talking about, and it is important to note parallelly the kind of statements that were coming to light from the Commissioner of Police himself. From the beginning, he has been talking about how there were 5 people who had been present, and while we are looking at eyewitnesses talking about how there are 4 people that had been present when the accident had taken place. Now, post that, we are also getting details of how the driver was a planted theory that had been floated by the Agarwals, that was picked up by the Pune police and confirmed by the Pune police as well, because in that in a press conference by the CP, he had spoken about this as well and had reiterated that there had been 5 people inside of the car. And now let us also look back and remember the kind of theories that were being floated by the Agarwals when it comes to the 17-year-old accused, and how they had claimed that he had been going through some mental issues, which is why he was inebriated, that they had claimed that he had in fact handed over the keys to the driver as well. So these are some of the pertaining important questions that are pertinent to the investigation and need to be asked to the police as well, because the kind of account that are being given by the eyewitnesses is completely different and in contradiction to the kind of statements that were being sent out by the Pune police as well. And we have some some important statements that the eyewitnesses have given about that night, in the intervening night of 18th and 19th, and they have spoken about how since then the kind of steps that had also been taken by the Pune police as far as the investigation goes. And we are looking at a lot of confusion, Shravan, when it comes to the investigation and the lapses that keep on coming out in the open as far as the Pune police is also concerned. And we are also looking at the eyewitnesses speaking about how the the MLA, the Tingre in fact had been present inside of the police station as well. So these are important details that we are picking up as far as the investigation goes. But of course that CCTV footage as well that we have access is also a very damning piece of evidence so far as the 17-year-old is concerned, who is seen to get out of the driver's seat of the vehicle as well, Shravan.
Well, thank you very much, Priyanka, for getting us the latest details. Shifting focus now to another tragedy that took place in Rajkot. A devastating fire at Rajkot's TRP gaming zone on 25th of May claimed lives of 27 people. Most of them were children. CCTV footage that has been accessed by Republic TV shows welding sparks igniting the blaze. So much so that government officials initially said that they had absolutely no idea that such a gaming zone was operating in that area. It turns out that the municipal commissioner and a few others had gone to this very gaming zone just about a few days ago. So how exactly did the authorities really feign ignorance about the presence of a gaming zone which had not even obtained the necessary permission from the authorities? Take a look at this ground report.
27 innocent lives lost. Several lapses on the part of the manager, owner, and also the administration have surfaced in the Rajkot gaming zone fire case. Officials had visited the gaming zone a year ago. Safety equipment was seen lying idle. Republic has accessed visuals showing Rajkot's top officials, including the collector and DCP, visiting the TRP gaming zone for a go-karting event over a year ago. Exclusive CCTV footage accessed by Republic reveals the initial sparks from the welding that led to the catastrophic fire at TRP gaming zone. Despite the staff's efforts to control the blaze with fire extinguishers, the flames rapidly engulfed the gaming zone. In a late-night review meeting, the Gujarat government took decisive action, suspending the assistant town planner, assistant engineer, and deputy engineer of the R&B department. Additionally, 2 senior police inspectors from the Rajkot police have also been suspended.
राजकोट जो वकील मंडल है उसमें 3500 एडवोकेट है. हमने ठहराव करा है तो राजकोट के कोई एडवोकेट तो मेरे ख्याल से कोई नहीं वकालतनामा डिफेंस में नहीं रखेंगे. अगर बाहर से कोई एडवोकेट आया है तो हम विनंती करेंगे कि आप देखो ये घटना बहुत दुखद है. हाई कोर्ट ने भी सुओ मोटो लिया है. जो ऐसी गंभीर मामला है, ऐसी गंभीर बनाव है, तब अपना जो जिम्मेदारी नैतिक फर्ज समझ के वो वकालतनामा नहीं रखे, ऐसी गुजारिश करेंगे.
This action underscores the severity of the lapses leading to the disaster.
That's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. The other side, you have Which Way Today 2024 with me and Abhishek.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
where the software engineer meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
Do you have an entrepreneurial dream? Do you have a good business plan? Arbiter X, an extension of the Republic Business Emerging Technology Awards, is where you should be. A business plan contest, Arbiter X gives you the scope to pitch your ideas, gets it funded and secure mentorship from the who's who of the world of entrepreneurship. Here's an opportunity to build a brand and an opportunity to shine. Do sign up for Arbiter X and let your ideas take form.
For a country taking bold strides in economic growth and scientific advancement, India's digital success story is a unique study in brilliance, semiconductors, space tech, EVs, fintech, health tech, and more. Entrepreneurs driving India's brand new success story deserve a salute. Republic Business is all set to host its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work qualifies, if you think you could inspire hundreds at home and beyond, do apply or nominate. For more details, log on to rbeta.in.
Ворог завдав двох ракетних ударів по цьому торгівельному центру. Наразі відомо про двох людей, які загинули. Більше 20 отримали поранення. Так, дійсно, ще з частиною персоналу, який фактично працював в цьому торгівельному центрі, немає зв'язку. Вони наразі рахуються як безвісті зниклі. Крім того, за нашою інформацією, частина відвідувачів ще могли у момент удару перебувати в цьому приміщенні. Наразі працюють всі служби над локалізацією фактично пожежі, щоб вона не перекинулась далі на інші приміщення, на інші склади.
Нам повезло только что. Там людей сколько.
powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
पता नहीं क्रिकेट का फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, पर सीलिंग फैंस का फ्यूचर पता है, बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी हियर. ओरिएंट एरोसेंस विद वॉइस कमांड. एलेक्सा, स्विच ऑन द फैन. ओरिएंट BLDC fan, the future of fans.
For a country taking bold strides in economic growth and scientific advancement, India's digital success story is a unique study in brilliance, semiconductors, space tech, EVs, fintech, health tech, and more. Entrepreneurs driving India's brand new success story deserve a salute. Republic Business is all set to host its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work qualifies, if you think you could inspire hundreds at home and beyond, do apply or
All right, welcome friends to this Monday edition of 2024. Which way today? Your go-to show to understand which way the wind is blowing this campaign. Remember, just a week to go. In fact, for the last phase of polling on June 1 and then, of course, the June 4 results. In fact, we have stories that can still impact the June 1 last phase of polling. In fact, 3 stories with 3 angles, and Shawan joins me.
Well, in fact, it's that last leg of the elections, and how crucial is it? Now, there have been comments that have already been made by the Indie bloc. In fact, strong comments also coming in from the Prime Minister. So how would things really change? Which way is it really going this week? And it's going to be a hectic this week, keeping in mind that we have the Prime Minister's extensive campaigning that's also going to take place, Abhishek, starting from tomorrow. Perhaps that's going to be a which way to tomorrow for us. But let's first introduce the stories that we're bringing to you tonight.
The 3 stories that we bring to you tonight, friends. The first one, Mamata above divine. Now, interestingly, she made this comment some time back where she said, even if the Bible, Quran, Mahabharata, Ramayana are not there, her policies of governance would remain. Obviously, that element of divine. We'll discuss that. Also, the second story, Union Home Minister Amit Shah bats on the front foot on the Uniform Civil Code, as also Shawan, on the One Nation, One Election. He says that immediately after June 4, you would see action. Home Minister Swagar, insofar as BJP's manifesto promises are concerned. The third story, of course, the opposition jitters on EVM are back.
Well, in fact, this is a clear indication. On the one hand, the second story that we have picked up shows where is it headed, what is the agenda. On the other, you have the agenda of the Indie bloc post 4th of June, which is about EVM.
All right, we have Vineet Goenka joining us in the studios, right-leaning political analyst, and we'll discuss these stories one by one with 3 angles. The first one, Mamata above divine. Now, why we say Mamata above divine? Because she made that comment in which she said or suggested that even if those holy books are not there anymore, the amount of work she has done, her policies would remain. And so no Bible, no Quran, no Ramayana, no Mahabharata, but the policies, her policies would stay. Also, is she caught on the wrong foot? Vineet Goenka, now that you understand the story, and also I must clarify that the comment was made by Mamata Banerjee about a fortnight back.
Right, and there was a clarification that came in.
Today she has clarified, though she did not mean that. But interestingly, she made Firhad Hakim her go-to man in Kolkata, has been mayor of Kolkata. And Firhad Hakim came out to clarify that, no, she did not mean that. But while in the case of Quran, the clarification has come, the BJP has picked it up and said that why clarification is not coming for other religions.
Also, the BJP saying that is she really calling for the extinction of revered religious texts is what the BJP indicating. But once again, just a quick, also before you respond to it, Vineet, the thing here is this Mamata Banerjee over the last few weeks, if you look at what has really happened. First, the attack that has taken place on the monks with the Prime Minister hitting out saying that how dare she. Second is with regards to once again talking about Ramayana and Mahabharata, not for the first time that she has spoken about it. Is it because there is something that she is targeting, and what is it?
Ram Ram to both of you and all the viewers who are watching us right now on the show. See, I don't know about the Al-Kitab, what she mentioned about Bible or this thing, and I would not like to comment on that particular part, whether Bible or Quran would live there for eternity or not. That is not my subject. But as far as Sanatan goes, Ramayana goes or Mahabharata go, they are been there for infinite years, and it will be there for infinite years. So that is a clear position from my side. One. In Hindi, there is a saying, "Kai faras aaye lohe ko sona banane ke liye." Now pay attention to the word faras. It is not paras. Whereas you need a paras to make loha sona. You need a particular stone which will make it. So these kind of faras who are not even a paras, they are self-proclaimed gods, demigods. And there is also one more saying in Hindi, "Bujhta diya wo jyada timtimata hai." So this is coming. She is coming to an end of the political career. They are in loose wicket, and so she is trying to use every trick. One trick of creating hatred between the society, and this is one among this. Two, when a person is on a loose wicket, he tries to equate himself with God, and which she is trying to do. I'm sure you would understand. Sorer Mai Bodogala. So this is the saying which Bengalis use nowadays for Mantadi, that she uses her tongue more than her performance, and she tries to yell, shout, and try to come down. But this is incorrect. She should apologize, and she should apologize specifically for being against Ramayana.
Far from apologizing, she's targeting Republic Bangla, by the way, because we picked the story first about a fortnight back. But today, and I should clarify the statement, for the benefit of viewers, exactly what we're discussing. At that time, she had said, "We are way ahead in development. Our Bengal is way ahead. No one can touch me. Best in the world. Ramayana, Mahabharata, Quran, Puran will end, but my tales will not end." 67 schemes have been introduced, from infancy to death, all schemes. You see? So obviously in a flow she mentioned, and she was taking pride in her governance. But then to bring in this element, in a way she's having this thought that she is for eternity. Her governance is for eternity.
So I would request her to, through your channel itself, is to visit Sandesh Kali and see the pains of this thing. Development means people would not do that, what is happening in Sandesh Kali, especially the way our better, the half of the society was treated there. The daughter of the West Bengal was treated in Sandesh Kali by her own henchmen. A. B. I would request her to visit Hubli, Midnapur, Purania, Chovish Porgana, maybe if she can visit even, the Karshang districts. People are moving out, migration. Abhishek ji, you have to just go out of the studio maybe a kilometer away. There is a Bengali pada which is coming up because people don't have basic jobs and security in West Bengal. I had never seen Bengalis moving out of West Bengal like this. You see, they were CEOs of the companies, they were CEOs of banks, they were CFOs, IT professionals, they were people at the senior level. But the way Bengali padas have come in Noida, Jaipur, Mumbai, even in Coimbatore, that shows the exodus of Hindus which is happening in West Bengal under the regime of Mamata Banerjee.
But they say that about good 70% of their schemes have reached the rural areas, particularly if you look at schemes to do with women. It has largely reached almost most of the districts, and which is why they say that one of the reasons why they came back to power.
So, for a minute, let us all leave about our liking and disliking for any policy. But when you see a sister of some place, forget about West Bengal, anywhere, coming to an unknown place, living in shanties and tries to clean utensils of somebody else's house just because she could not afford 2 square meal, then you feel pain. And here I would tell Mamata ji, in the entire Noida, entire Gurgaon, entire Mumbai, if you see, maximum maid servants come from West Bengal just because they can't even afford a square meal.
No, let's not do that.
Painful part. So she should take care of that.
You are sort of stereotyping, which is not fair, because people come from all over, and that's because maybe there are more jobs in Delhi NCR.
No, that is because the exodus which are there.
But from every state.
Allow me to complete this sentence. If you come by choice, there is nobody who stops you. India is yours, you can go anywhere. But you are forced to move out of your motherland. But you are forced to move out of your place of birth. You are forced to come out of your state because you can't afford 2 square meal. Then the state government should pay attention. See, people are coming back to Uttar Pradesh. People are moving to Uttar Pradesh because there are jobs. Who stops West Bengal from creating a job? Why is she creating a fear of, that atmosphere of fear where Hindus are running out? The reason the exodus is happening is because of two things. One, job, and two, fear.
Okay, but you see, it seems she has been secular in the faux pas, right? In the gaffe that she committed.
Right.
She's been secular in the sense that she has spoken about Bible, Quran and Mahabharata and Ramayana. But the fact that as the BJP picks it up, only Firad Hakim comes out and says, no, galti ho gaya, it's okay. So obviously there is this fear that one vote bank needs to be taken care of, right? And that's why that clarification. Otherwise, she is in fact attacking Republic Bangla for picking up that story.
No, one, Mamta ji is a very seasoned politician. She has been doing politics before my birth. She understands politics far better than many people in this country. So when she spoke, I don't take this jab that galti ho gaya. She does all the moves calculated. So it's an intended thing. She's trying to harm you. The way she harmed us by not allowing Durga Visarjan, by not allowing us to say Jai Shri Ram there, by always attacking those people who come from outside, whereas she's not taking care of their own people.
Okay.
In fact, let's now shift our focus to what many would say, that what's the real agenda, if at all, the NDA comes to power. Amit Shah has already laid it out. He says that as far as the Uniform Civil Code is concerned, that will be on the agenda. With regards to one nation, one poll, that happens to be on the agenda. So is it very clear now, Abhishek, that what we are really looking at, the three very important points with regards to implementation, and how exactly does the implementation really happen? He also says that there is a well laid out plan with regards to how we have seen in certain states are already adopting it, and of course looking at whether at all there is going to be more opposition or not. This sends across a clear message. Just 1 week to go, the last phase. Amit Shah setting the agenda once again, simply saying that look here, we are ready. And then we'll come to the Indie Bloc's agenda also a little later. But clearly, it sends across the message of having it ready. The UCC becoming the other big hallmark of, if at all they come to power, that becomes the hallmark too.
No, I should congratulate the Home Minister. And I should congratulate on two counts. One, the courage which is shown while the elections. Many of the good, powerful people would shy out from using these kind of strong words and coming out very clearly. So one, congratulations to him, and that shows India has grown under the leadership of Modi ji, where the ministers can have this kind of courage to speak. A. B, this is the best, act which I seen a move by a country. See, there are two types of countries which we neighbor with. One, where there are democracy, which is very fair. So if you see Nepal or where you see Sri Lanka, they are democracies which are like us, secular. There is no mention of one particular religion. But whereas if you see Bangladesh, Pakistan and Afghanistan, all these three countries which we neighbor right now, which our boundaries touch, these countries have one line, which is they are Islamic republics. So there is something called as persecuted minority. The religious minority which is persecuted, where will they go? So a minority from a secular country is an issue which they have to tackle, whether it is Sri Lanka or Nepal. But a minority of a religious-based democracy, if at all there is a democracy there, has to be handled and has to be protected.
This is about, you're talking about CAA.
So if you allow me two more lines about UCC and CA. So there particularly if you see what will happen to those minorities. When we talk about that particular law, then let us come back to India and see what about our minorities, because when you implement those laws which will allow those minorities to come here, what will happen to our people and our minority? Our minorities have the same rights which the majority has. If at all something is disputed between two people in Hindu community and the governance of the law is there, it should be same to the minority. If my Hindu sister enjoys the right of, some rights under marriage, separation, under adoption, under passing of the benefits from the family, my Muslim sister should have the same thing. Why there is this difference? The Constitution itself says we are all equal. So if we are all equal, there has to be one law. How can be there two courts?
But I think, Vinit Goenka, what caught my attention was the swagger. The confidence with which the Home Minister is saying, okay, fine, June 4 and cut. Like Rahul Gandhi said, khat. In other contexts, I think the Home Minister is suggesting khat, these things will be done. So it seems like the party has a 100-day agenda in which maybe the Uniform Civil Code might be one of them.
You walk out without your camera and you travel anywhere, people will tell you this. Modi ji has the 30. Today is Modi ji's 10 year and 2 days. See, already he is the third longest serving Prime Minister of this country. He has covered Manmohan Singh ji's tenure, which was exactly 10 years, and today we are 10 years, 2 years. And he is going to come. He is going to come with numbers, and I don't want to debate that because that is not a topic today. When he comes, what will be your desire? Sir, you have given us Ram Mandir. Sir, you have given us a road. Sir, you have given us a very nice inclusion in the banking policies. We would like to have inclusion and sharing of the rights and the resources equally with the minorities. When will this happen? When will the adoption laws will be same in all the religions? Be it be a Jew, be it be Jain, be it be Zoroastrians, be it be Muslims. Now, minorities are minority. If minority, aren't they human beings? Should they not have rights like we majority? I think this is a very broad-minded, larger heart
Shravan, it's also about the ONOE, which is the One Nation, One Election. Because look at this campaign itself. It's been almost 3 months. The voting started, first phase of polling was April 19th. And June 4 is by the time when we'll finish. And if you look at it, the campaign for April 19th, first phase of polling, started early April. And we have been in election mode. In fact, mid-March is the time when the Election Commission had that press conference and the Model Code of Conduct kicked in. Now, you have Model Code of Conduct which goes on for almost 2 months, 60 days, right? You have the entire administrative machinery at all levels of government working focused only on elections for this long period. Governance really sort of gets impacted. We have seen how, for example, yesterday the government had to extend by 1 month the term of the present Chief of Army Staff, because the government thinks that propriety demands that next appointment happens by the new government, because just about a week's time left. So obviously, keeping these things in mind, and the manner in which immediately after this we would be again heading into an election cycle for Haryana, Maharashtra, right, in the end of this year. So obviously, One Nation, One Election is something which perhaps is on the top of the agenda of the Modi government.
In fact, the Prime Minister, along with what the Home Minister has been saying, has very clear as far as One Nation, One Poll is concerned, with the report already being submitted and the very fact that there is an outline that has been charted out. It seems that these are the two most important work that the Prime Minister essentially feels that once, if and when he comes back to power, that's what is going to be tick-marked first of all. One Nation, One Poll, and the Prime Minister said that we've lost enough because of elections being spread across the year and not enough development work can be done when elections are around the clock.
All right.
So, quick comment. I won't have access to Prime Minister's thinking, but let me tell you on One Nation, One Election. In college, we have always discussed, why do we waste so much of time on Model Code of Conduct? Why things are not happening? Why there is this delay? Why there is no governance? Why we are suffering? Why there is a loss of resources? Reason is because we are into perennial election mode. There is perennial appeasement mode. There is perennial, somewhere there is some Model Code of Conduct. So, sense prevail, what Honorable Cohenji's committee has submitted is one of the best reforms in elections, which I think in the post session has happened, and we should embrace this. There should be one nation, one election. There should be a fixed date.
Fair enough.
It helps everybody.
This is also from Prime Minister's own experience. Once in Gujarat, I think 2002 or 2007, he had to have a Model Code of Conduct going through 82 days because the government at that time wanted to split even a peaceful state like Gujarat into 2 phases. But moving on, the next story which we bring to you, friends, the third one, is about opposition getting EVM jitters yet again. Not the first time, Shravan, because remember, every election we see one leader or the other, or many in fact in the opposition space, bringing in the aspect of EVMs. So yesterday we had Kapil Sibal. He's been with the Congress, been with the Samajwadi Party, and he raising the issue of the process and saying trust but verify. He was explaining the process of counting, and he said that this is the process you should follow and everyone should be fully integrated with the counting process and make sure that there is no manipulation with the EVMs. He is same Kapil Sibal who from London carried out a press conference raising doubts about EVM authenticity. And an election commission fact check has happened. Congress party today came out with a post in which they said, oh, there is a video which shows that EVMs are going in a tempo, like Congress party used for other things in a tempo, right? Yeah. But there were EVMs in the tempo, and they said, oh, why are the EVMs being taken? The election commission fact-checked and said that, oh, your own ally, Samajwadi Party, has approved it, and that Babu Singh Kushwaha in Jaunpur has seen the truck. The truck was being essentially transporting the EVMs to the strong room, and so it was basically fear-mongering on the opposition bugbear EVMs.
See, I like your show because many times we get opportunity to speak, which we have been hearing and learning from people. I had opportunity to learn from Lieutenant General Shekatkar, and one of the incidents he told me, why that 1,000 years we lost our sovereignty, the kings lost it to maybe the Mughals or to the Britishers, is because we showed our back to technology. We were not current those days. So those aggressors who came, those oppressors who came,
true,
they had technology in their hand and they defeated us, that they made us. And so we lost our land and our religion both. A smart person will always embrace technology front on, head on. If we are a country of technology, we have shown that in the last 25, 30 years that we are good in technology. Rather, we should go ahead and talk about how do we vote from home, how do you vote online, rather than going back regressive. The party created by colonial masters, they still are 1883. They still feel that Hume has made them and they will behave like Hume's party. They have to grow up, embrace technology, talk about new ways to do it. And as far as Mr. Sippal goes, I feel those people who change party, who migrate parties and who can change their loyalties, we should better not speak about them. Any party, you come from X party and go to Y party, you come from Y party to X party. जो अपनी फिलॉसफी को चेंज कर सकता है, जो अपने विचार को बदल सकता है,
it's more or less same. It's more or less same Samajwadi Party, Congress.
Can I just get a quick comment also from you? Because over the last few weeks, we have seen several of these social media videos that have been doing the rounds from inside the election booths about, one person multiple times, pressing the buttons, etc. and the VVIP pad comes out. Now, the question here is that, is this again a scale of fear-mongering that we are really looking at, or not being able to address some of the issues which should have been done in a large-scale manner for the public?
No, so because you specifically quoted an instance from Etah in Uttar Pradesh where one person voted 6 or 8 votes. The action has been taken, police action has been taken. Yeah. But you see, 8 votes versus 97 crore votes, right? The electorate size of 97 crores, of which at an average of 60%, you are looking at 55, 57 crore people voting. So I think whatever these little instances you get are not enough in any manner to influence the larger mandate. This is the kind of size of the electorate and those voting that is the most representative that's possible anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world.
So, yesteryears, when the elections used to happen, they used to say, pura booth chhap diya. In Bengal, they would throw explosives and do things. Now also you say, if daughter of Lalu Yadav, in fact...
We should just run out of time, I'm told, so we have to end this conversation here. Shravan, 3 good stories for you, friends, to get you an idea of the drift of how the campaign is panning out. Mamata in Bengal, Amit Shah, of course, with complete confidence, saying that UCC would be a reality soon after June 4. And of course, the opposition jitters on EVM, which might continue, by the way, till June 4 and after. On that note, thank you so much, friends, for joining us. Thank you, Vinit Goenka, and thank you, Shravan. And of course, after a short break, Arnab Goswami back with the debate at Primetime Max. Be right there.
For a country taking bold strides in economic growth and scientific advancement, India's digital success story is a unique study in brilliance, semiconductors, space tech, EVs, fintech, health tech, and more. Entrepreneurs driving India's brand new success story deserve a salute. Republic Business is all set to host its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work qualifies, if you think you could inspire hundreds at home and beyond, do apply or nominate. For more details, log on to rbeta.in.
Where the software engineer meets the gifted content writer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. to be with like-minded students who want to be successful. Apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
Where the software engineer meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
India is taking bold steps when it comes to economic advancement and scientific breakthroughs. Whether it be healthcare, fintech, EVs, or any other sector, the entrepreneurs in India are moving the country forward with their success stories. Republic Business is going ahead and hosting its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work inspires, if you think your work can inspire hundreds of people, then do log on to rbeta.in for more details. India is taking bold steps when it comes to economic advancement and scientific breakthroughs. Whether it be healthcare, fintech, EVs, or any other sector, the entrepreneurs in India are moving the country forward with their success stories. Republic Business is going ahead and hosting its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work inspires, if you think your work
Powered by Vimal. Bolo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
पता नहीं क्रिकेट का फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, पर सीलिंग फैंस का फ्यूचर पता है, बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी हियर. ओरिएंट एरोस्लिम विद रिवर्स रोटेशन मोड जो इंप्रूव करे एयर सर्कुलेशन. ओरिएंट BLDC फैन, द फ्यूचर ऑफ फैंस.
India is taking bold steps when it comes to economic advancement and scientific breakthroughs. Whether it be healthcare, fintech, EVs, or any other sector, the entrepreneurs in India are moving the country forward with their success stories. Republic Business is going ahead and hosting its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work inspires, if you think your work can inspire hundreds of people, then do log on to rbeta.in for more details.
where the software engineer meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
चल हो जा शुरू
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
जब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से
जेके टायर, देश का टायर।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. Last week we exposed that there was one Ajit Pawar NCP MLA at the police station in Pune when the super rich super brat was taken into custody. And today it unfolds that there was a Shinde Sena member at the police station as well. So there were two MLAs. The MLA showed up at 7 a.m. in the morning. The Shinde Sena leader drops in casually at 1 p.m. on the pretext of writing to the police. See, ladies and gentlemen, just pause for a while. See, ladies and gentlemen, how much help there was to help this super rich killer. Two MLAs came, both from the ruling party in Maharashtra, ruling coalition in Maharashtra. One Eknath Shinde Sena MLA and one Ajit Pawar MLA. So both the allies of the BJP were busy in the police station helping this grandson of the Chota Rajan linked mafia don who had himself killed two people. The eyewitness and the main complainant in this case, meanwhile, is telling our reporter that he saw Ajit Pawar's MLA in a conversation with the main investigating officer in the case hours after the incident. The Pune Police Commissioner, who I pressed for answers last week and showed me his arrogance and is yet to accept my invite since, had told me last week that the second blood test was done to confirm certain findings. And at that time I had said that there is something very murky going on because it is rather unusual that you take a second blood test 16 hours after the first in a case of drunken driving and killing. Now the Pune police has confirmed my suspicion, saying that the first blood sample was casually tossed into the bin by the doctors at the government hospital. And so a second blood test was taken. But if a second blood test was taken after feeding the accused pizza in 16 hours passing, would that blood report have shown anything at all?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my firm conviction that every part of the system, from the police to the juvenile justice system, has botched up in the initial hours of the case, thereby not allowing for any critical evidence collection to remain. And if they did, as it is playing out, then is there any shot of this case standing in court? If there is no evidence, then is this very influential family going to get away? And is the system once again going to crush the citizen by way of collusion and collective conspiracy? Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time heads roll. I come to you with 3 debates this Monday evening. First, ladies and gentlemen, the case of Pune and the murderous cover-up, and how from the start it was Republic which asked the questions and the Pune Police Commissioner is even now trying to cover up. The super rich, super brat are pulling all strings possible, from mafia links to the politician to the police. That's debate 1. Debate number 2 this evening, viewers. I'm shocked at the response of the Gujarat government that 28 people who've lost their lives, including 9 children, and all we see is the transfer of a police commissioner. Absolutely no moral responsibility there, no professional responsibility. Lives have no value in this country. And ladies and gentlemen, at 9 o'clock this evening, if we look at the present situation on the political front, it is generally believed that 300 plus for the BJP is very realistic and very possible. We're taking a look at the present political debates and where things stand for the 4th of June. And ladies and gentlemen, here are the headlines. Let me take a quick look this Monday. The scale of the cover-up, the players involved continue to tumble on day 8 of the super rich, super brat case, which India is not letting go of. In fresh network investigations, Republic exposes the fact that a second politician, another member of the ruling alliance in Maharashtra, paradropped at the police station in the critical hours between the 2 blood tests as the Pune police was allegedly feeding the prime accused killer pizza before a second blood test. Republic Media Network tracks down the eyewitness named in the FIR and the main complainant in the Pune kill and cover case. The eyewitness says that the super rich super brat was driving the car, that there were 4 people inside the car, that the driver was not at the spot, and that Ajit Pawar's MLA was in a close conversation with the main investigating officer at the police station to fix the case hours after the killing. Pune Police Commissioner's versions continue to get tied in knots, while he told me last week that the second blood sample was to confirm and corroborate. Today he went on record what I suspected a week ago. He's finally admitted that the first blood sample itself was tossed in the bin. If the super rich super brat's initial blood sample was tossed into the bin and the second sample was taken a good 16 hours after the crime, then is there any chance of the real evidence ever emerging? Nationwide anger grows against the Pune police's botch-ups after botch-ups, if you can call it that, inconsistencies after inconsistencies in the narrative being built, but no action yet on top-level investigating officers. Can the scale of cover-up have happened without their direct assistance? Rajkot fire at a gaming zone has already charged 28, mostly children, to death after the initial narrative building that the administration had nothing to do with it since the owners never applied for a license. The Republic Media Network exposes a scale of apathy leading to the loss of lives. What is quite clear here is there is an attempt to bury the case by doing only cosmetic action, not real one. Ladies and gentlemen, in the last 1 week, every plot and every attempt to shield the super rich super brat has been demolished. 7 days back on the show, the Pune Police Commissioner admitted delays in the blood samples. That was just the beginning. Tonight, 2 of the topmost government doctors have been picked up, which means every part of this system was bought, every part was manipulated. I still appeal, ladies and gentlemen, to the highest and appellate courts of the country to not watch what is happening in Pune, but to wake up and to realize that not just the criminal justice system, but people are losing their faith in the judicial system. There must be suo motu action taken by the highest courts, especially considering the fact, and it is my appeal to the higher courts of the country, especially considering the fact that the prosecution has deliberately covered up the evidence, which means unless there are directions from the highest courts, there is every possibility of this case dragging and justice never being delivered, because the police, the hospitals, the politicians all came together to do a quick cover-up. Now, the highest courts of the country know this, but I will keep saying it, that they must intervene. If we have to shout to be heard in this country. The criminal justice system and the justice system in this country must deliver to the people. There must be no lectures on this, ladies and gentlemen. The fact of the matter is the highest courts of the country should not remain blind to what has happened in Pune. Pune is a classic case, your lordships. Pune is a case, and I hope someone among the higher courts in the country hear me. Pune is a case where the evidence gathering has been deliberately manipulated and botched up, which means there will never be the evidence technically to nail the accused unless the higher courts of the country step forward and do their duty for the people of India.
पुणे क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम ससून हॉस्पिटल के दोनों डॉक्टरों को लेके जा रहे हैं। किसने दबाव डाला आपको? पुणे क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम ससून हॉस्पिटल के डॉक्टरों को लेके जा रही है।
A Monday morning swoop down. Watch their faces closely. Dr. Ajay Taware, head of the state-run Sassoon Hospital's Forensic Medicine Department, and Dr. Srihari Halnor, the Chief Medical Officer at Sassoon, picked up for throwing the super-rich Brat's blood samples into the dustbin and interchanging samples to engineer the cover-up.
जो डॉक्टर हैं जिन्होंने सील करके ये रिपोर्ट फोरेंसिक को भेजी थी, उनको कल हमने डिटेन किया था। उनके प्राथमिक तपास में ये बात सामने आई कि उन्होंने जुवेनाइल एक्यूज्ड का सैंपल लिया था, लेकिन उसने उसको डस्टबिन में फेंका था और उसने एक किसी और व्यक्ति का सैंपल से उसको रिप्लेस करके उस पे उस जुवेनाइल एक्यूज्ड का नाम लिख करके उसको फोरेंसिक लैब को भेजा था।
The Pune Commissioner has contradicted himself again this morning. He has been forced to admit a cover-up a week after he told Arnab that there was only a 3 to 4 hour gap between the blood test. Republic questioned him on the role of the police.
On whose presence the blood tests were taken, were they not responsible? Will you take action against them?
It is
police
totally repeated. Absolutely not. And whoever will be responsible shall be proceeded.
Are you verifying the CCTV footage of Sassoon Hospital?
Yeah, we have already taken it into custody.
And what about the suspended API officers?
Please.
Were they only responsible for not informing?
These 2 doctors arrested, Dr. Ajay Taware and Dr. Srihari Halnor, are no ordinary medical officers. One of them, part of the cover-up, was even recommended by NCP MLA Sunil Tingre. Yes, the same Tingre who showed up at the police station on the night of the killings. Look at the letter, signed by Tingre, recommending the doctor arrested Dr. Ajay Taware for the Sassoon Hospital top job. In this letter, dated December 2023. Now watch what Sunil Tingre told Republic when we questioned him last week on his role.
आप पुलिस स्टेशन में जवाब दे दीजिए सर, जवाब दीजिए।
सीसीटीवी जेल में अगर कोई दोषी मिलता है उस पर कार्रवाई की जाए।
The letter by the NCP MLA shows he was perhaps roped in to cover up at Sassoon Hospital. The links are now becoming crystal clear. The Super Brat is cornered completely in this investigation. This video, accessed by Republic, hours before the killings, proves it was him at the wheels, driving the car and with friends that evening.
डीसीपी साहब को हमने निवेदन दिया कि बाबा ये घटने में जो है उन पे सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए। तो हमें दिखा एक जो पुलिस वाला था, उसने एक पिज्जा का बॉक्स लेके आया अंदर। तो हमने पूछा ये किसके लिए, तो उन्होंने उनका रिएक्शन आया ही नहीं।
आपके सामने
सामने से गया था मेरे।
और जो आरोपी था वो कहाँ था?
वो बाजू के केबिन में था।
From the blood samples to the doctors to the bribe angle as well to the MLA who had been present inside of the police station, we get you each and every part of the expose from Pune.
On another consecutive night on this debate, and I have with me Sohail Seth, I have with me Rizwan Siddiqui, and Advocate Rudra Vikram Singh, who supports the family in this case. You mean this Chota Rajan linked family? How do you support them? Advocate Rudra Vikram Singh, I want to start with you. You've seen the case so far. As far as I know, it's a clear case of manipulation at every level, which means the family can only get the benefit of doubt if the evidence is taken at face value. My argument is the evidence cannot be taken at face value because the evidence has been manipulated. And if this system of ours gives the benefit of doubt when we know the manipulation has happened, when we know the contamination, concealment of evidence, everything has happened, if after this the killer gets the benefit of doubt, then who will have any faith in the system? Can you unmute yourself, Advocate Rudra Vikram Singh, please?
I'm sorry. See, as you said that I'm supporting the family, I'm supporting the law. Whatever the law of the country, whatever the law of country says, I'll talk about that only. I'll not support the family. Definitely, I'll support family if the law of land allows them to whatever happened in this case so far. See, initially, under what section FIR was lodged? The 304A. And 199A, under which section the father of that accused is behind the bars. But when this matter came into the media, the matter get hyped up, then police added some section, as I have heard that they have added some section, which will, I know that if they have added 304, which will be dropped out when it will come as the framing of charges. When the framing of charges will be done, I am sure that 304 will be dropped out because there is no case of 304A. 304A, yes, 304A section arise out in this section, and that was good. Now I'll come, if anybody has done wrong, the doctor has done wrong, the police has done wrong. I as you said in the report also, and I'm as per the media reports from other sources also, I didn't see that police has been made accused in this. I think police must be made accused in this case also, because without connivance of the police, the evidences cannot be manipulated in this case. The evidences cannot be.
Sir, everything is manipulated. No, we have a very considerably strange situation. Let me put it in layman terms, sir. And please don't try to confuse people by talking about the technical process of the law. Okay, fine, you are a lawyer, you know the technical process, doesn't mean that you are right. The question is, as I want to bring Sohail in as the lay person voice on this. See, Sohail, everybody has been manipulated. The judicial system manipulated. Their lordships in the Judicial Justice Board manipulated. The politicians manipulated. The NCP side, the Eknath Shinde side manipulated. The blood sample manipulated. The police manipulated. The forensics department at Sassoon Hospital manipulated. The chief medical officer at Sassoon Hospital manipulated. There was an attempt at manipulating the driver, who did not allow himself to get manipulated, but the grandfather kidnapped the driver, kept him in illegal confinement, threatened him that he should own up. So every part is manipulated. My point is, Sohail, now we are told we will go by the evidence that we have. My point is, but there is going to be no evidence. We know there is a cover-up, but there is no evidence. So where do we start on this?
So let me tell you where Rudro is absolutely way off the mark. In his opening remarks, Rudro says the police should be accused, the doctors should be accused, but who should be let off? The family. The chap who has actually driven the car and killed 2 people should be let off. Because the entire system is a bunch of nexuses. And that nexus has allowed for the evidence to be destroyed. That nexus has allowed for the police to be compromised. And Arnab, I will disagree only slightly with you. There is the manipulator and there is the manipulated. The judges have been manipulated, but the manipulators are all the rest. Each one of them, whether it is the police, whether it is the doctors, and what a shame. The doctors take the Hippocratic oath. This is more hypocrisy than Hippocratic, if you ask me. Number two, you are senior lawyers. Your business is to defend the law of the land. Your business is to defend the law, and the law of the land.
That is what I'm doing. In my opening remark, I said I'll talk about the law.
1 minute, Rudro, I didn't interrupt you. There are rules to debating on Arnab's program. When I speak,
Rudro, let Sohail complete.
I don't interrupt.
Let Sohail complete. You come in after that, please. And Rizwan is still waiting. Yeah.
What the problems are. And this is how it will play out. There will be no evidence presented because the police will say that we have arrested a particular doctor. That doctor has destroyed the evidence. How much will the doctor get in terms of imprisonment? We don't know. But it will be deadly jack. Next, the police will say we have suspended 2 police officers. So they are off the hook. Third, the driver will say, like, look, I was kept in illegal confinement. This is my initial statement, but now I was coerced by the police to say that I was not kept in the illegal confinement. Now let me tell you, Arnab, what will happen. This boy, this scoundrel will get away and nothing will happen to him.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen to the family. As long as the media spotlight, and the day the media spotlight shifts, and there I have one major objection to Rudro's earlier comment. He says because of the media hype, there was no media hype. There was media probity, there was media scrutiny, and there was media attention. The hype does not exist. There were 2 people who died, Rudro. That is not hype. 2 people, young people, 1 man, 1 woman died. And you have the temerity to call that hype? You have the temerity to say media hyped the issue? 2 people died. God forbid if that had happened to your family or my family, would we use the word hype? No. So my request to people on this program and outside is, let's take this seriously. Because if you, as very respected senior lawyers, do not ensure that there is systemic correction, nothing will happen.
No,
there will be another Agarwal very soon.
No, another
and this
problem.
entire system will say, what can we do?
Another problem is that there seems to be a sort of self-assurance as far as the commissioner is concerned. His name is Amitesh Kumar. He seems to feel he has got political support. Maybe he thinks that there is an election going on and the government would not want to embarrass itself by admitting there is high-level manipulation. But I think his neck should also very much be on the line, because what he did in the first 24 to 48 hours was protect his policemen. He left the window slightly open by saying there could be some, procedural lapses. He has not admitted the fact that there was complete systemic manipulation. Was it because he was part of those who were manipulated or manipulating the doctors, medical system? I ask you this, viewers, listen to me. In this country, 2 innocent 24-year-olds die on a night out. And in this country, which we call a democracy, the medical system, the police system, the political system, the judicial system, most unfortunately, the criminal justice system, and the businessman nexus all come together against the victims. You know why, Rizwan? I'll tell you. Because they'll say, how much will this family fight? And tell me, Rizwan, tell me honestly, when the evidence has been manipulated, what justice can anyone hope to get? Unless today Justice Chandrachud himself were to issue a suo motu statement.
Which he might.
Which Justice Chandrachud should, because he's from Mumbai, he knows. And he knows what a systemic rot. Justice Chandrachud should step forward, and that is when he will be setting the agenda for the country. You see, there is an attempt to drag the Supreme Court into political cases, but this case, with the greatest of respect to the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Justice Chandrachud, the whole country, the judicial system is looking at you. You have to show the way here. The challenge here, Justice Chandrachud, is this. and I hope this message goes out and someone makes it reach Justice Chandrachud's ears. The challenge the Honorable Chief Justice faces is this could be seen to be a out of procedure response. Why should the Supreme Court intervene on a case which is being dealt with at the local level? To which my answer is, it has been so corrupted at the local level, where the medical system, police system, politician system, at the local judicial system, criminal justice system, business system have all come together to destroy the evidence. There is no hope in hell, Rizwan.
Yes.
There is no hope in hell of justice happening in this case unless, like the Supreme Court of India or Honorable Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud himself step forward and say, no, such a denial of justice cannot be tolerated. And we can't allow this family of this young boy and young girl to spend the rest of their lives knowing that the system manipulated its way against their dead children. It is cruel. So I expect intervention from the court. Viewers, do you expect intervention from the courts? You tell me. 87% are saying, Sohail, that the higher courts should intervene. I want that to be 100%. Rizwan.
See, Arnab, something, as a matter of fact, there are a lot of things that you have done knowingly or unknowingly, which is going to be helping the judicial system to deliver justice. Let me tell you something, that there is, there are different chapters in the Indian Evidence Act, also in the Indian Penal Code, which talks about presumption of fact. Even when the evidence is destroyed, presumption of fact is something that will be taken, which will be looked into and will be taken into account by the judges. And that presumption of fact is something that you have done, Arnab. Knowingly or unknowingly, you have collected so much of evidence to nail the accused and the entire family members, including the judicial system, including the law enforcement agencies, the police system, everything that they have done, the acts of negligence, the acts of willful negligence rather, not only negligence, the acts of omissions, the acts of commissions on the part of the police officers, including the Juvenile Justice Board, which made the accused write a 300-line or 300-word essay.
But we can only take it up to a point, you see, Rizwan.
No, I'll tell you what.
At some point, in this relay race for the truth, others should also step forward.
No,
because if we push any more, then people like you will say it's a trial by the media.
No. See, I'll tell you what. If you remember, I had only made a statement, on the last interview, and I said that the media was going a little, on the, not required side because the grandfather was dragged. But now, looking at the way the entire matter is progressing, the doctors, acts of commissions and omissions, what they have done, they have destroyed evidence. So the Indian Evidence Act also takes into account the acts where the evidence has been destroyed.
Sir, tell me one thing. Yes. Rizwan, do you know any case in recent memory where the medical system, police system, judicial system, corporate system have all worked together? My reporters are being beaten up. I am being attacked. The police commissioner is contemptuous in his response to my journalists. All right, it's par for the course for us. But Rizwan, why am I requesting the intervention of nothing less than the Supreme Court and maybe the intervention, if we are lucky, of the Honorable Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, is because if there is intervention in this case, an example will be set forever.
No, I'll just come to this part. The Constitution gives the same power to the Constitutional Court of the state, that is the High Court of Bombay, will have the same power.
Okay, then let the High Court intervene.
Yes, the High Court Chief Justice should intervene, because suo motu they should intervene, because this is within their jurisdiction and they are the highest constitutional courts of the state, having the same power of the Supreme Court at the first level. And as a matter of fact, it is their direct territorial jurisdiction. The Supreme Court would rather not interfere in a case where there is already a High Court which is watching the entire thing.
But I am not, right now, when we are watching this, we would like that to happen, Sohail, but we are not seeing any signal from the High Court either.
Rizwan, I think what Arnab has said, and this is what we need to worry about. Why should things come to such a pass in our country where there is media probity, where there is social media, where there are witnesses, Why should it come to a pass where people who are entitled believe that they can be brazen enough? This is about arrogant brazenness. It is about showing the middle finger to the system and saying, I have the money, I have the connections, and I will do what the hell I want, and let me see what you can do. You know, this is the Mera Baap Kaun Hai Jante Uska Naam syndrome. A. B. Is it Arnab Goswami's job to run a media courtroom? No. His job is to highlight the laxity of the system, which he has done repeatedly since the accident happened.
Yes.
You tell me, what is the response been of the system? You're right, and I've said this on Arnab's program. The Bombay High Court is one of our finest high courts. Have they taken suo motu action yet? No. Fadnavis went there because it made for good optics, and perhaps he genuinely meant it. I give him all the benefit of doubt. Good. What has happened thereafter? Every day we are seeing yet another example of the system kowtowing to big money, of the system being compromised and the system being manipulated. If we don't raise our voices now, if the Chief Justice of India doesn't step in now, every other guy who gets into such a similar situation will
my point
manipulate and compromise the system.
That is precisely my point. You see, all I'm saying is, Rizwan, the reason I'm picking up this case is because the citizens of India cannot be wound up in technicalities. This is a case where today there will be a lot of lawyers, a lot of policemen, a lot of technical people, forensic experts telling us one thing: you have no hope in hell to win justice. Then I would ask them one thing in turn, Rizwan. Has injustice been done? They'll say yes. Has manipulation been done? Yes. Have lies been uttered? Yes. Have people been bought? Yes. Right? Have the wrong people been protected? Yes. Has the system crushed the citizen? Yes. Have 2 people died? Yes. Has the police, judicial, all system come together against the victims? They'll say yes. And then I will ask, what will happen now? They'll say nothing will happen. And then people will turn around and say, why should we have faith in the criminal justice system of this country? Rizwan, you ought to speak up. And Rudra Vikram Singh, you may be a lawyer, but we got to respond a little humanely to this one.
Let me speak, because I'll have to reply of both of them. Okay, so see, whatever story coming to us, whatever story coming to the media or to us, to the general public, is coming from the police, right? Initially, there was some story fabricated by police. Now, police came up with another story. And
what story?
What my learned
the police is responding to the Republic investigation. I'm sorry, police is coming up with stories. Whenever it realizes something has been exposed, they are making an admission.
I congratulate to the public that they are making questions and they are applying. But Mr. Rizwan, my learned friend was talking about the Evidence Act. That Evidence Act has says that there is no credibility of the police statement made before the police. There is no credibility of police investigation that has to be proved within the court, before the court. Now, police, why they have made accuse to the grandfather? Anybody can tell me why the grandfather was made an accused? Why he is behind bar? What crime he has done? Because of that media trial, because of that media hype.
Where now trial? Police I'm sorry, this is such a sweeping comment of a media trial. Sohail, but for the media, there would be no trial. The case would be over. This is the most unfair comment. You people should stop using these generalities.
I'll respond to this. Let me tell you, there are 4 pillars of democracy. The media is one of the pillars. The justice system is one of the other pillars. If 3 pillars out of 4 or 2 pillars out of 4 are seemingly compromised, would you expect all the pillars to be crash?
They are compromised.
It is a ridiculous argument. 1 minute. Yeah, you don't understand. I told you, when one is speaking, don't interrupt. When you were speaking, we didn't interrupt. So let me finish. When the media takes up an issue, are you worried about the issue, or are you worried that the media has taken it up? Why are you shooting the messenger and not being responsible enough about taking cognizance of the message? Arnab Goswami's job is not to run the judicial system of India, nor is it his job to tell the police how to do its own job in evidence gathering. But if he does find out that there has been a lacune or laxity, isn't it his job both as media and as a concerned citizen to point it out?
No, because you know why? What happened was that Sohail, what happened after that is that look at what happened in Rajkot over the weekend. Look at the number of people who died. 9-10 children have died. Bodies charred beyond recognition. Do we not know that money was made to allow that massive gaming complex to be built in unsafe circumstances for 3,000 liters of petrol to be stored there so that a killing could be made by the organizers? And what do we have here, Sohail? We have a police commissioner transferred. 10 lives lost of children. And all we have is a police commissioner's transfer. What media trial out here? If I open the phone lines out here, people would like me to continue.
Trial means something.
No, today, no, I don't want time-wasting tactics. The Maharashtra government says it has constituted a committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Pallavi Saple to investigate the negligence done by the doctor and the hospital, the Pune Porsche car accident case. What negligence, Rizwan? It's a crime. Negligence is when you make an unwitting mistake.
Negligence means...
This is not negligence.
It's not negligence. This is willful negligence also.
But Rizwan, in our country, when you set up...
English phrases that mean nothing. This is not willful negligence. This is corruption of the highest kind, my friend Rizwan. This is not negligence. This is criminality.
Okay, you stay.
Negligence is when you fail to turn off the gas cylinder.
Correct.
Okay?
Yes.
It is not when you turn the gas cylinder on to burn people or to put people on fire. So let's understand the nuances of the English language. Please don't say willful negligence. This is willful criminality. This is willful criminality. My friend Rizwan, you're a lawyer. I have done English literature. It is willful criminality. It is not willful negligence. Don't make it sound like kindergarten when it is not kindergarten.
No, it's absolutely deliberate. I would request
I'll clarify. This is a crime committed with mens rea, not willful negligence. That is what I was trying to say.
Willful negligence, huh? See, the lawyers are brilliant at changing this stance immediately. So I'm telling you, my friend, it is not willful negligence. The word negligence does not apply here.
May I request you?
It is criminality.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sohail. May I request you all to stay because I need your support for 10 more minutes in our campaign for justice for Rajkot as well. Similar questions are raised there. I request your indulgence, a 30-second Securite commercial break and I'm back. Please don't go away.
Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
पता नहीं क्रिकेट का फ्यूचर कैसा होगा पर सीलिंग फैंस का फ्यूचर पता है बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी हियर ओरिएंट एरो सेंस विद वॉइस कमांड एलेक्सा स्विच ऑन द फैन ओरिएंट BLDC फैन द फ्यूचर ऑफ फैंस
Now back to the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, when the foot-over bridge collapsed in Gujarat, in Morbi in 2022, the state government should have taken a cue. But 2 years later, 28 lives have been lost in Rajkot in another completely man-made disaster because of corruption. Republic has been on the ground in Rajkot since Saturday. And what we have reported should shock you. To make profits, the entire system was gamed by the owners. From IAS officers to police officials, to the municipality, there was an understanding at every level to allow an illegal gaming zone to operate. As a result of that, 28 lives have been lost, out of which 8 of them are children.
રાજકોટ જો તમારે વેકેશનની સાચી મજા માણવી છે અને તમને એડવેન્ચર ખૂબ ગમે છે તો આ વિડિયો ફક્ત તમારા માટે છે.
They call themselves the biggest gaming zone in all of Saurashtra, promising high-octane games. But at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, As the weekend crowd made its way to Rajkot's TRP gaming zone, this was the horror they were left to deal with. 9 children inside the gaming zone perished in the fire, 28 in all, burnt beyond recognition. The reason? A series of lapses at the gaming zone. Look at this. Fire equipment lying unused, no NOC given, no permission for rides.
While one petition was being heard at the Gujarat High Court today, the other high voltage case was happening in the district court of Rajkot. While the FSL team was on the site collecting human remains, the DNA test is yet to be done, but the bodies have been charred to that level that only 5 bodies DNA test was possible today.
What started as a welding unit, sparks spotted in this CCTV soon spread across the gaming zone. The owners had gamed the system. See this picture from the district collector to the DCP to the municipality in Rajkot. All of them given free rides at this gaming zone so that it could operate. The state government in Gujarat is directly responsible tonight. They must answer for the series of criminal lapses.
Senior journalist Ajay Umar and Manaswi Thapar, an advocate and panelist. Ajay Umat, in this case, I am quite surprised at the poor reaction from the Gujarat government. It seems to me that their only interest is in localizing the political impact of this incident rather than taking action. I mean, I just heard that the Rajkot police commissioner has been transferred. When they know that the entire system there, including the Rajkot civil administration, are involved in this, in what has led to this tragedy, how can they limit the reaction, Ajay?
Arnab, they have transferred commissioner of police, they have transferred municipal commissioner also afterwards, because Gujarat High Court told Gujarat government that now we don't trust you. We don't trust you. How can we trust you? Because what happened in Morbi, that Gujarat High Court has to take suo motu cognizance where 141 people died. Before 3 months, 18 children died in Baroda, boat mishap, and again Gujarat High Court has to take suo motu cognizance. In Shrey Hospital in Ahmedabad, 8 patients charged to death, and Gujarat High Court has to take suo motu cognizance, and Gujarat High Court has directed government of Gujarat, all the municipal commissioner, urban development secretary, and they were told, if you see so many cases, I can cite you in last 5 years, Taksila Kand, where 22 young boys, they died, they jumped, they charged, their bodies were charged. And the only action was inaction on part of government of Gujarat. Every time they appoint a special investigation team and then, they don't publish their report, they don't publish action taken report, and they don't even bother to put this report in the assembly also. So people are very angry in Gujarat, and this time also, it's an eyewash.
But how come they don't care? No, but how come in this case, this should have been a huge controversy. It should have been debated. Have people just given up on protesting? You see, what has happened here is, Manaswi, this is like the Upar fire tragedy that had happened in the 1990s in Delhi. It shook the country's conscience. But just because this case is happening in Rajkot and not in the nation's capital, it's sort of been buried taken off the headlines within a day. There is no investigation. There are no heads which are rolling, no minister who has been sacked.
Arnab, I'm thankful that you are taking up this debate to the national level, and I guess now other media should take it up. And it's very sad, from Morbi to Rajkot to everywhere, every city. If we do a minute study, if your team or any media takes it up, or any citizen takes it up, there would be multiple lapses in all these kind of operations. The nexus between the business houses, the nexus between the municipal corporations, the IS officers, and the ministers are out in open. The people are dying. Only 5 bodies DNA could be taken up. Other 23 bodies were charged to the level that you can't recognize, you can't take up the DNAs. That's the state of affairs. And no one is talking about this. The more bigger concern is no one is talking about this. It's shameful. It is sad.
And only some suspensions. And only some suspensions. At the
only
most,
optical, on the optics part, suspensions and transfers are happening. And if we are reminded of the Morbi Kand, what has happened? No after the SITs, where are the reports? Are we talking about it?
Yuvraj
Again,
Pokharna, I'm told, supports the state government. What is there to support? I thought the chief minister should have resigned after this. If nothing else, the chief minister should have resigned, ministers should have resigned. 2-3 officials being suspended. Do you know the owner had not obtained the fire NOC? He was partying. He was partying with the local officials. The gaming zone had rubber and resin flooring, polystyrene thermocol, sheet partitions. Can you imagine this, Sohail? Thermocol partitions, 1,000 tires, 3,000 liters of inflammable, flammable fuel. You are not allowed to store more than 25 liters without a license. You kept 3,000 liters. All the fueling was manual. And in order to make sure more people came in, you reduced the entry price to 99 rupees on the weekend so that more children could come and more children could die. Then they did welding. They did welding when the games were in progress. So there was thermocol, thousands of liters of petrol and welding going on. And no political responsibility.
In India, So 3 things happen in our fine country. Number 1, if you go and seek permissions after having done everything in the correct manner, you will never get that permission. It's like Hobson's Jobsons. Number 2, in order to get permissions, you have to bribe, and you have to bribe everyone, including bribe authorities, which you would have imagined would be more responsible. Number 3, when the accident happens, what happens is you start suspending people. Why don't you put a murder charge against the municipal officials and against the fire officials or whoever who are responsible for giving permissions? In a manner of speaking, it's culpable homicide. In a manner of speaking, it's abetment to murder. But you won't do that. So who gets caught? No one.
Nothing.
It's a brilliant system that has been, no pun intended, that has been gamed in India.
Yeah. Sohail,
is responsible.
Sohail, the High Court says that we can no longer trust the state government.
What does it mean?
I'm saying, what does it mean? If you can no longer trust the state government, okay, state government will say, don't trust us.
We don't trust
Big
the
deal.
administration. Then who do you trust? Do you trust the government of Fiji? It's very fine for the justice system or the judges of the Gujarat High Court to say, we don't trust Gujarat's administration. Fine. Where does that leave the citizen of Gujarat?
Nothing.
Who should he trust?
These are only statements. They mean nothing unless it amounts to some action. So, Yuvraj, is there no shame in the state government? How many more incidents like this?
Arnab, if I may.
Yes.
Yes, I'll start by paying homage to and condolences to the bereaved family, the children that are not with us, and you have been misinformed. I support the government at the center and the state with regards to polity, but I don't see any politics in this. This is not a political issue, and yes, we all are on the same page, but let me just add some facts to it. The stint of the Aam Aadmi with the rigmarole of the almighty Sarkari Babus, the labyrinth, is a sordid saga of omissions and commissions.
Why are you reading?
No, Sohail, 1 minute. These are lectures. Sohail.
Why
No,
you're
no,
reading
no,
from
no,
a
no.
script, my
It
friend?
is
You're
not.
reading from a prepared
Shameful,
statement that has
shameful.
been given to you as a spokesperson
Shameful,
for a
shameful.
government that you shouldn't be defending. Whose side are you on? And you're reading from a
Sohail
script.
ji, I'm not a
It just
spokesperson
shows
for
you, my
anyone.
friend, 1 minute.
And I
It
started by
shows you.
saying
Now
I
he brings
support the government
Aam Aadmi
when it
Party.
comes to the
From a
politics.
script.
And
The
this is not an issue
accountability,
of politics for me. I
responsibility of the
myself a
state
father
has
of
to
a
be
child.
the state
I don't see
administration
any
has to be
politics in this.
fixed. He's bringing Aam
Fine.
Aadmi Party, which is
Show
not
me
even a
one
political
government
party
in India
When I
recognized
say
in
Aam
Gujarat.
Aadmi Party, I said Aam Aadmi. I did not say Aam Aadmi
Aam Aadmi
Party. I
Party
just said
is a
Aam
no
Aadmi.
party in
And
Gujarat.
that includes
The only
Manasvi, you
party
and
in
me. I
Gujarat
said
is
Aam
BJP.
Aadmi.
The only
Don't
party
twist-
who can
don't
do
twist
something
my
is
words.
BJP.
I know you're a good
It's
lawyer.
a
You're a
failed,
smart lawyer. I know
miserable
you're a good lawyer.
administration
Don't
right
twist my
now.
words. Arnab ji, I clearly said.
Okay, I'll tell you. One minute.
Please allow me to
One minute. Yuvraj, 1 minute. Yuvraj.
allow me to make a limited point.
I haven't got
And
your
my
point
friend,
yet.
On television, when you read on Arnab's show, you can come to know people get caught. Even
Yuvraj,
a politician from the Congress party
Yuvraj,
got
if the
caught
chief
when he was
minister,
reading.
if the chief minister feels he's not responsible, I want him to issue a statement. Otherwise, I have a picture here. Ajay Umat knows the collector, the SP, the municipal commissioner, the other police officers, all going go-karting,
Yes,
smiling and partying. And now, Ajay, they say we didn't know why children died. Of course you knew. How do I know you've not been bribed?
Arnab, I can identify all this. Arun Mahesh Babu, collector of Rajkot. Rajkot municipal commissioner, who should be the most responsible person, Amit Arora, a senior IAS officer. Then district superintendent of police, Mr. Meena, and another Mr. Meena, who was deputy police commissioner of that region, of that zone. You know, they all are responsible, and there are many such pictures. I can say from March 2021 to this May 2024. Since last 4 years, this is going on, and they were having party. You will find, you know, teams of beers and liquors there. And you know, they have virtually demolished everything.
I'm saying here that what is happening is we are probably only thinking, oh, could there be a political impact of Rajkot? Could there be a political impact of Pune? Both are BJP-ruled governments. Are to hell with that thinking? Both these governments also answerable to the people.
Mr. Yuvraj, with all due respect to you, my friend, how can you, as an intelligent young man, defend anyone? No one is talking about political parties or politicians, my friend, but politicians make up that government. You know what happens when whales fight, shrimps are eaten? You have sacrificed by suspending people, the junior most people. Why should the chief minister not resign?
No,
Is it not an indictment of the chief minister and his administration?
Sohail, with all due respect, Arnab, if I may.
Yeah.
With all due respect, what do you want the government to do? You want an elected government to flout the laws openly? I mean, this is how
what do you want the government to do? I want your government to stop pretending that it is blind. I want your government to stop pretending that it is blind, that it did not know. This was happening under the nose of the Gujarat government, sir. This was happening under the nose of the Gujarat government. How can you say what would you expect the government to do?
1 minute.
Where was the writing like this?
How can you start such a facility program? What should the government do? Number one,
the basic question is, without the NOC, how could you even start the facility?
This homicide.
How
this
could
is
you start the
man-made
largest gaming center
The
without
law
the
will
NOC?
take.
Yuvraj,
the law
let
will
me
take.
tell you what the government should do. Let me tell
The
you.
law
simple
does
and the
not-
basic question what comes to
The
the
chief
minds of the
minister
conscience of the
should
people is,
offer to
where is
resign.
the NOC?
The chief minister should
Where is
offer
the
to
NOC?
resign. Let me tell you what the
Arnab.
government should do. A, the chief minister should offer to resign. B, if the chief minister believes he is not at fault, there must be the resignation of the minister who's in charge of these facilities or PWD or municipality or whatever the hell it is. Number 3, you should have the Gujarat government apologize and do a white paper in front of the High Court of Gujarat, which has actually censured you. I cannot imagine any High Court
Absolutely.
saying to its own state government that your administration cannot be
You see,
trusted.
viewers, these are the
What
pictures
worse
that
than
are coming
can
from
there be?
Gujarat. I'm showing you pictures. These are live visuals coming in. See the pictures. Someone wake up. Someone wake up. Nobody is asking the Gujarat government the questions. Where is Harsh Shangvi? who leads the charge as the Minister of State as Grah Rakshak Dal, Gram Rakshak Dal, Gujarat Home Secretary A.K. Rajkot. Why are they not taking responsibility for the incident? I tell you this, Ajay wants to say something, very experienced journalist.
Yeah.
Ajay, I just can't believe this, that this entire news report has been covered up by the national media. Ajay.
Arnab, everybody is hiding, but I am telling you, this is not only death zone. This is not the only death zone. In Ahmedabad, they had sealed 18 yesterday because, all these 18s were running without license, without fire safety, without building use permission, and without police license. That means in Ahmedabad, in Baroda, in Surat, in Rajkot, in Jamnagar, in Bhavnagar, in Mehsana, more than 100 such death zones are running.
Rizwan wants to say something here. Rizwan hasn't spoken. Rizwan, we need to do something here. We need to intervene.
Yes. See, first and foremost, let me talk about the entire system and how it works. An elected government is elected under the Constitution. It is for the people and by the people. And here we are talking about the people who have appointed the government who are on the suffering end. Also, it is very clear and very evident, and nobody can deny the fact that an incident to this scale has happened, and where the government owing to the responsibility of what has happened, has not even come forward to take any action in this regard. And when I say action, there is a procedure, there is a protocol, there is a system which needs to be followed. Nothing seems to have been followed. Instead, what we see is that people who are supposed to be controlling the system, who are supposed to be looking into the affairs of that particular state, who are supposed to be the law enforcement agencies, they seem to be in hands with the people who are on the wrong side of law. So when a normal common man sees such system failure, and the people who are involved in the system failure are the people who have been appointed by them and who are supposed to be governing them. When the High Court...
I think there are two news reports today. It is the responsibility of the media, which unfortunately the political system wants to kill. The first is the reporting on the real culprits in Pune. And the second is the real responsibility in Rajkot. I would like to say clearly to the Gujarat Chief Minister, if he cannot take action, he should himself quit. If he wants to protect his ministers, he should himself quit first. And if he does not believe in the system of collective responsibility, then at least let him face me on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the way I see it is that justice cannot only be seen to be done on the surface of things. It has to be done in the absolute. Cosmetic action cannot be passed on as serving the cause of justice. Both in Pune and in Rajkot, the people are being fooled. And let people say this is the trial by the media. So be it. Let people say the media is unfair. So be it. I still request the Honorable Supreme Court of India to intervene in both these cases. I'll see you on the other side of the political debate.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Vimal, Polo Zuban Kesari.
Co-powered by Simpolo. Tile ho to Simpolo.
पता नहीं क्रिकेट का फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, पर सीलिंग फैंस का फ्यूचर पता है, because it's already here. Orient AeroSense with voice command. Alexa, switch on the fan. Orient BLDC fan, the future of fans.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से आसाम के बागान से, महाराष्ट्र से गुजरात से कर्नाटक से राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से।
JK टायर, देश का टायर।
India is taking bold steps when it comes to economic advancement and scientific breakthroughs. Whether it be healthcare, fintech, EVs, or any other sector, the entrepreneurs in India are moving the country forward with their success stories. Republic Business is going ahead and hosting its first ever Emerging Technology Awards. If you think your work inspires, if you think your work can inspire hundreds of people, then do log on to rbeta.in for more details.
Where the software engineer meets the gifted content writer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुमा केसरी
Do you have an entrepreneurial dream? Do you have a good business plan? Arbiter X, an extension of the Republic Business Emerging Technology Awards, is where you should be. A business plan contest, Arbiter X gives you the scope to pitch your ideas, gets it funded, and secure mentorship from the who's who of the world of entrepreneurship. Here's an opportunity to build a brand and an opportunity to shine. Do sign up for Arbiter X and let your ideas take form.
चल हो जा शुरू
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे
हर पल मनाओ
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.